Hey everybody, Preston Poulter here with Pocket Jazz Comics, and today we're talking about White Lily issue 3, which launches on Kickstarter tomorrow, Thursday, May the 9th at 11 Central. All the artwork and lettering are already done. In fact, I placed an order for Greco, my preferred domestic printer, to print up 75 copies for Phoenix Fan Fusion. There will be a convention exclusive there for people who are in Phoenix. You can buy one of only 75 copies of White Lily issue 3. Now, there are certain things which will be exclusive to the Kickstarter that you can only get through the Kickstarter, such as the variant cover of issue 2. And I gotta say, when I first did that variant cover of issue 3, I was a little concerned. I was like, because what I'm trying to do here is set up the parallel between Katya and Lilia, because the whole series is about the relationship between those two characters. And here on issue 3, we have the main cover, Lilia in Stalingrad, trying to make her way back to safety. And the cover tells the whole story. You can kind of see there in the background, that's the wreckage of her plane. And then she took that German MP-40 submachine gun from that dead guy right there. She's standing next to a T-34 tank. She's clearly in Stalingrad, trying to make her way back to safety. And her face shows her concern. This is not bravado. She is terrified. Meanwhile, we have Katya standing in Lilia's empty tie-down area, because Lilia flies plane 32, and there's Katya standing in plane 32, holding the white lily flower, looking in the sky, awaiting her return. And so there's, kind of the two different characters, each experiencing intense emotions, but they're different, they're separate, and in their own way. And I was worried that, because comics and artwork in general tends to be more about substance, but White Lily issue 3 variant cover is more about absence. It's the fact that Lilia is not there. That is what is so impactful. But people have really responded to it. I've sold a fair number of prints of this cover at conventions, so I'm glad. I'm really glad that my artistic vision kind of connected, because it doesn't always, but in that case, people liked it. Super good. So, you can only get that variant cover through the Kickstarter, but the Phoenix Fan Fusion will be at Phoenix, and if I have any copies left over, I'll put them up on eBay or give them out as extras or whatever. Anyway. And the obvious difference between the main cover, which will be issued after the Kickstarter, and the Phoenix Fan Fusion, is that the main White Lily number 3 will have a thank you page in the back for all of our backers. So thank you very much. There will be a link in the description, which again will be live tomorrow. So I wanted to take a chance, now that the Kickstarter is completely finalized, the comic's completely finalized, just to go over what the campaign is, as well as kind of give you a behind the scenes look at some of the art and some of the themes I'm going for. I will be doing early bird rewards. I'm making more use of that, because what I've noticed in previous campaigns is that you get a lot of people who click on your campaign and they like it, and they'll click follow, and then they'll wait until the campaign is ending to come back and back it. And I would like to discourage this behavior. I want you to see it and back it. So what I've done is I've created early bird rewards. So for the first 72 hours, so we're going to launch this Thursday 11 a.m. for the first 72 hours. So going up through Sunday at 11 a.m., you get discounts or more value at every single reward level you can back. After the 72 hours has passed away, you can still get the reward levels, and for that matter, for instance, the base level, at $12 you get, which includes domestic shipping, by the way, you get 3 PDFs, White Lily 1, 2, and 3 in PDF, as well as White Lily 3 main cover physical delivered to you. And if you're an early bird, you also get a metal trading card of the White Lily issue 3 main cover artwork. That's a good value, just so you know. That's a really good value. Now, if you miss the early bird and you back it, well, then you don't get the metal trading card, but that's still a good value. And if you really want the metal trading card, I'm going through Backer Kit, you can add on the metal trading card. Cost you $10. Meaning the real value is $22. Early bird, it pays. Early bird gets the worm here, okay? So it's true in life, it's true in my Kickstarter. I've had a number of people who are like, oh my god, I really want the variant covers Kickstarter exclusives for White Lily 1 and 2. You can get them. back this Kickstarter, and then through BackerKit, you can order up the White Lily 1 and 2 variant covers. Costs you $15 each. Again, it pays to be first and to be there, but if you're coming in later, hey, you know, I'm the work is still available, sir. So, or man, or whatever your preferred pronoun is. But let's see. All right, so I wanted to kind of take you behind the scenes. We got all 7. There's a set of 7 White Lily prints that are available in metal trading card fashion. Those 7 is there on the Kickstarter for you to look at, but it's right there. It's basically White Lily 1 and 2 and 3 main and variant cover, plus that cheesecake I did of, you know, Katya's Fantasy. So people have seemed to like that one. All right. What I did here, we left off issue 2 with them engaging in the dogfight, and so in issue 3 we're going to be picking that up. But one of the things that just kind of, if we step away from the war story a little bit and look at more of the relationships, going back to issue 2, Alexei and Lilia are starting to really connect on a more than physical. It's now becoming a deeply romantic relationship, which is not making Katya happy, because Katya has this unspoken, unrequited affection for Lilia. So we're going to revisit that one. Essentially, Alexei is going to profess his love to her, which historically, by all accounts, you know, look, Soviet history is a little shaky, but historically he did. He did profess his love to her, and, you know, Lilia, in writing to her mother, did say that she loved him. There were circumstances around that I'm not going to go into because it gives away plot points for my story, but these two essentially did get engaged to be married, as best we can tell, or speculate, or whatever. But they had a deep romantic relationship. So we're going to be showing that, and the way I have decided to portray these figures, if you've already read issues 1 and 2, then, you know, you're kind of catching on. Lilia is not safety-minded. In fact, she is not out there really giving much concern to whether she's going to return home at the end of any given mission. She has a very strong death instinct, and that is kind of her superpower, if you will, in that she has this rage towards the loss of her father. She looks out in the world. She doesn't see any value in it. She doesn't believe in the communist ideals that people are espousing. And she certainly, you know, it's not like she's really got any love for the Nazis either. She's a Jew in a very difficult time. She looks around and all she sees is essentially a world of misery that she would very much like to exit. And it's hard to argue with her point of view. But yet, instead of taking what we call like the coward's way out, you know, it's like bullet to the head, she's like, I'm going to serve my country until I'm not around anymore. That is kind of her unspoken choice. And yet, she's there, she's compelling other people, such as Alexei, such as Katya, have this very deep affection for her. And so the story is about the tension between her loved ones who are attempting to save her, to kind of pull her back to sanity, to try and show her that there is value in life, and her just self-destructive death march. Who's going to win? Well, that's what the conflict of the story is about. And here in issue 3, we've got, essentially, she's having to confront these issues more than she ever has in issue 1 and 2, because the stakes are higher. Now she is a full-time combat pilot going into war every day. And she's going into war alongside people who basically love her. And they're saying, hey, can you back down a little bit? Can you maybe not risk your life at every single opportunity? And she is rightly stating, that's my job. That's what I've been hired and asked to do. That was the oath I took, and that's what I'm going to do. And so that is the dramatic tension that is underneath White Lily issue 3, and really the whole series. The whole series is about that tension of who is really going to win. Is it going to be the people pulling Lilia towards the way of sanity and self-preservation, or is Lilia's death instinct in the middle of war going to get the better of everyone? So this story is very meaningful to me because I've known a number of self-destructive people in my life, and they've done wonderful things. And I've always marveled at people who do wonderful things yet can't see the value in their own existence. And I myself have been in the position of, Alexei and Katya, and trying to show these, troubled geniuses that, what, their life provides value. Their life is worth living. And that is very difficult. And that's essentially what this story means to me. That's my exploration of my own pain. So, I hope you like it. It's going up tomorrow, 11 a.m. There will be a link in the description. I'm going to be, doing a lot more videos over the course of the campaign, going behind the scenes and talking about a lot more stuff. But, well, I can't just put it all in one big video. I've got to kind of tease it out a little bit over time. But I appreciate your support. I would really like for this campaign to be wildly successful. So if you could please share it with your friends, your family, other people who like comics, people who don't like comics, and of course, all the troubled geniuses in your life. Thank you very much. Take care.